When I think about the voice of the apostles and the ones we've had over the last 10 years, I think of the powerful teachings that we've had with Heidi. Some of the, sometimes she just weeps on the floor and God coming. And I remember the very first one we ever did 11 years ago, some of the people sitting out there said, "What have I got myself into?" And they were really kind of put off by Heidi, actually. But before it was over, they were so powerfully touched, and they now work with her in Mozambique and are very supportive. I think of the connections made between pastors and the mission field. I think of pastors and people, lay people, who were so touched by the impartation that some of them literally were on the floor for an hour, 2 hours before they could get up. I think of people having to be driven home drunk in the Holy Spirit, unable to, sometimes even carried out of the meetings. I think of the reality of the presence of God. It's even sometimes like tangible. I think of some of the most awesome worship that I've ever been in. I think of the ordination service where Roland seems to always go after me, and many of the people that are ordained, there's prophecy for them, there's a real being overwhelmed by the Holy Spirit, and I have to be honest, I love it. It's been all these years, 17 years now since Toronto broke out, but I love it. It never gets old to me. I love seeing the look where somebody is being touched by God so powerfully that they have fear, a look of fear on their eyes. I remember one guy saying, "Get away from me, get away from me, I'm going to die, I'm going to die." And I said, "You're not going to die, you just think you are. This is God and this is good and you ought to cherish it." And I remember last year, when we did this last year in Baltimore, we had a big team with me to help me, and we just literally went through the whole crowd from the front, working our way to the back. And we had more room in the back, so I actually went there earlier. But the team was working their way all the way through the 3,000 plus people that were there, praying for everybody. And it was amazing. It was just the power of God that was present, the way people were being touched. Well, to be honest, it just gives me this extremely high adrenaline kick, because I just love seeing God come. I've been in the ministry since 18. I'm pushing 60 in February, and I just have to tell you, I just love His presence. I love when God shows up and does what only God can do. And when we have a meeting and there's no God presence, none of this supernatural power of God, I just don't like it. It's boring. I want to be, and I want to have meetings. We owe it to everybody that comes to the Voice of the Apostles, that through every one of us that speaks, there are multiple opportunities for impartation. And it's not just when I speak. Many of the others will also have times of impartation. So I just want you to have memories like I have, that someday you can remember the day that, if you haven't had this experience already, come. And with hunger, you may want to fast a little bit before you get here. Just cry out to God. Say, "God, I want more. I know there's more." And, I know it so much, I wrote a whole book about it called "There's More." So see you at Voice of the Apostles, and let's enjoy Him. And let's see what only He can do. See you there.